Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well today. Thank you so much for joining me for this yoga class, this special yoga class on gardening. So yes, gardening can actually be a pretty strenuous exercise at the end of the day if you're not going into the postures properly and if you're putting a lot of strain on the lower back and the upper back. So yes, it can be painful, and we're going to see some drills and some postures, modifications, so you can actually have a better experience while you're gardening. So strengthening the lower back muscles, strengthening the core, and actually strengthening also the upper back muscles and the neck and shoulders. So it's all these parts of the body that are working while we're gardening. And we're going to see how to use some yoga postures actually while you're gardening, and how to modify the postures and to adapt them while you're outside tending to your beautiful garden. So bring some props if you have them. If you have yoga blocks, if you don't have yoga blocks, you can bring some books or something that resembles this little square shape here. And your yoga mat and your smile. Let's start. All right, so let's get started for this yoga gardening class. So take space on your mat in a sitting position so we can come into our breath and just really come into our little universe here for today. So any comfortable sitting position, legs crossed, whatever feels good for you. You can have a blanket under your sitting bones and just keep your eyes closed or open, your palms resting on your knees or on your ankles, whatever really is comfortable for you. And just take a few deep breaths here through your nose, in and out. Keeping a nice long spine all the way to the crown of your head, relaxing your shoulders. And we can take an exhale, cleansing breath, so with our mouth open, so inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. One more time, so nice long exhale here. And back to your normal rhythm of breath. And really trying to bring your awareness to your breath coming in and out of your lungs, and just relaxing your shoulders as you do so. And we're just getting ready for this fun gardening class, gardening yoga class. You can open your eyes if you had them closed. And here we're going to inhale and take a big breath, raising the arms over the head here. And exhale, bringing them back on your mat on the side of your body. One more time. Big inhale, reaching to the sky. Place your palms together, interlace your fingers, and just flip your palms towards the ceiling here. And really stretch, stretch. Try to reach the ceiling. And exhale, releasing the hands. Here we're going to rotate the shoulders back, just to warm up the body, the upper body here. So rolling them back at your own rhythm here. And don't forget to breathe. Inhale and exhale. And rotate them towards the front. Mindfulness here. And breathing here in and out through your nose. From here, we're going to inhale, placing your right hand on the mat, raising the left arm here all the way up over the head, stretching out the left side of the body. Try to keep the chest nice and open, not collapsed. And inhale back to center, placing the left hand on your mat, raising the right hand all the way to the ceiling, over your head. A nice stretch here for the right side. And coming back to center here. From here, we're going to rotate the head here, warming up the neck now. So just do a few rotations, just really easy and mindful and breathing. At your own pace on the other side. And back to center here. From here, we're going to raise our arms, extending them in front of us. We're going to self-hug, bringing the left arm over the right. Just a little self-hug here. And then we're going to come into our eagle arms. So grabbing onto your hands. If you can, that's okay. You can just put your forearms together here. And just raising both hands to stretch the shoulders. And exhale, bringing them back down. Inhale up. And exhale down. One more time. And exhale, releasing. We're going to cross over the right arm over the left, self-hugging again. And you can bring the forearms together, joining the hands for your eagle arms on the other side, raising the arms up. Inhale and exhale, coming down. So it's really stretching the upper back and the shoulders here. Inhale. And exhale, releasing these tensions. Inhale, exhale, one more time. And exhale, releasing the arms here. Just shaking it out, shaking the arms, shaking the hands. All right, let's extend again the arms in front of us here. We're gonna rotate the wrists. So rotating these wrists, warming up part of the body. And on the other side at your own rhythm. Inhale and exhale. Again here, bringing the hands together, interlacing the fingers, flipping the palms, facing the outside, and raising the arms all the way to the ceiling. Stretch, stretch, stretch here. And we're gonna dip here on the right. Exhale as you do so. Inhale back to center. And exhale, dipping here just a little bit on the left. And inhale back to center, releasing the hands. Bring the hands in front of you. And just walk here as you exhale a little bit. Just try to keep your sitting bones on your mat. And go as far for now as your flexibility allows you. Just stretching out the lower back. Relax your head. And inhale, coming back to center here. From here, if you're not facing your mat, you can face the front of your mat. Sitting down, we're going to come into our tabletop. So just flipping here on our hands. So stacking the hips over the knees and the shoulders over the wrists. We're going to come into a few cat-cow stretches here. So very good for the lower back and upper back. So for cow, we're going to inhale. So lifting the tailbone, lifting the head, gazing up and dipping your navel to your mat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. So cat, you're going to round up your back, press into your mat, gazing at your navel, and exhale. A few times like that at your own rhythm. Just stretching out, relaxing the lower back and the upper back, releasing those low tensions here. Relax your head into cat. Inhale. Exhale. One last time at your own rhythm, breath to movement. And here we're going to come back into our plank, our tabletop position to actually come into plank. So we're going to be extending the legs here. Come into our plank. If this is not comfortable for you, you can always keep your knees on your mat here into a tabletop position. If you want to come into your plank, make sure your shoulders stay over your wrists here. Nice, straight, long back from your heels to the crown of your head. And from here, we're going to lift the right leg off the mat and bring it on the side. Back to center and foot back on your mat. Other side here, left leg lifts, extending the left leg on the side. Bring it back to center and let's drop it. So one more time on each side here. So working out the core. So we're starting the core drills. So lifting up your right leg, extending it on the side, bringing it back and drop your foot onto your mat. Lift the left leg, extending it on the side. Inhale and exhale. Bring your knees back on your mat if they weren't on your mat. And we're going to come into a child's pose. So bring your hips to your heels. Walk your hands over your head. And just bring your forehead onto your mat here for a few breaths. So this series is starting the drills for the core and for the lower back. As today, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be working these part of the bodies that are working while we're gardening. So the lower back and the core is very important here. So we're going to do a few drills to actually help you strengthen these muscles. So breathing in and out through your nose here. And exhale. So from here, we're going to lift our hips from our heels, engage our toes, and come into a downward dog. So lift your hips all the way to the sky. It's okay if your knees are bent here. We're stretching out the hamstrings. So another part of the body that really works while we're tending to our garden is the hamstrings. So stretching them out before gardening is a really good idea. So you can pedal here into your feet, keep your feet on your mat, and just lift your heels left and right, one at a time. Relax your head, shoulders away from your ears, and engaging the four corners of your hands. Microbend your elbows, protecting them here, and just pedal. Inhale and exhale. From here, we're going to lift the right leg, all the way up and bring it in between our hands for a low lunge. You can keep your left knee on your mat if this is more comfortable for you. And from here, we're going to come into a side plank. So we're going to engage our left hand on your mat, bring the right foot to meet the left foot, and extending the right arm all the way to the sky. You can come into a modified side plank if you wish, so you can keep your knees on your mat, rotating your left foot to the back, extending your right leg, and lifting your arm. So meet me in whichever side plank is comfortable for you, and from here we're going to bring the knee to the elbow. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Very good. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, come back into your plank. we're going to bring our knees to the mat, come into our child's pose to rest. So counter positions here, counter postures are really important to actually build strength and build flexibility at the same time and not overstrain the muscles here. So anytime we're doing a posture, we're counterbalancing it with another posture to make the muscles relax here. So breathe here, inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, we're going to come back into our downward dog. So we're going to do the other side here for side plank. So inhale, raising the left leg all the way up. Bring your left foot in between your feet, in between your hands, sorry. For low lunge, you can keep your right knee on your mat here. So for modified side plank, you can move your foot to the outside, extending the left leg here, and raising the arm all the way to the ceiling. If you want to meet me into a full plank, so we're in low lunge, bring your left foot to meet your right, extending your left arm all the way to the ceiling. From here, the drill to really strengthen the core. So bring your knee to your elbow. Inhale and exhale. Excellent. 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. And one last time. And come back into your full plank. Knees on your mat. And come back into a child's pose. So counter position here. Deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. From here, we're going to lift our head and just walk our hands on the side here. So we're staying in the child's pose, but we're just moving the hands here all the way to the left. Inhale back to center, and let's go on the right. And inhale back to center here. From here, we're going to come back into our tabletop position and come down all the way on your stomachs on our mat. So extending your arms here along the side of your body. Bring your forehead to your mat, just relaxing here in this posture. So this is an excellent drill for the lower back and actually the neck muscles here. So as we're going to inhale, we're going to lift the feet off of the mat and the legs and the arms at the same time. Inhale, engaging your lower back muscles, careful not to compress your neck, and exhale back down. Releasing everything. So inhale, lift, and exhale, releasing. Inhale, lift, and this time we're going to hold. So deep breaths here. Hold, hold, hold. 2 breaths. And exhale, releasing. Take a few breaths here. And bring both arms extended here over your head. Palms on the ground here. We're going to be extending, lifting the left leg and the opposite arm. So right arm raises. Inhale, lift your head. Exhale, back down. Inhale, lifting the leg and the left arm. Exhale, back down. 2 more times here. Inhale, lift. All the way down. Last time on this side. All the way down, and you've guessed it, if you want and if you can, lift both legs, both arms here and hold. Careful with your neck and make sure that it's your lower back that's engaged here. 2 more breaths. And exhale, releasing. Inhale and exhale. In drills, the slower the movements, the better. You'll be working deep into the muscles and into the tissues. Inhale and exhale. inhale here, we're going to bring our hands on the side of our bodies. Press ourselves up, back into a tabletop here. We're going to cross our ankles behind us and come into a sitting position. Come back to the center of your mat. And from here, we're going to come into a boat pose. So directly into a boat. So find your balance on your sitting bones here. You can keep your shins, your knees bent, palms facing the ceiling here. Inhale and exhale. From here, we're going to do some toe touching here. So inhale, right toes touch on your mat. Inhale, then the left. That's right. Engaging the core here. At your own rhythm. Inhale and exhale. Feet together, bring them on your mat and releasing, grabbing onto your knees with your forearms. Just relaxing your lower back, relaxing your shoulders. Keep a nice long spine here. Inhale and exhale. Relax your shoulders. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Coming back into boat. You can extend your legs if you're comfortable or keep them bent here. And we're going to come into low boat. So a few low and high boats. So low boat. Inhale and exhale. High boat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Low boat. Exhale. Woo, shaking here. Low boat. One more time. You can do it one last time. Low boat and high boat. Feet back on your mat. Hugging your shins here. Inhale and exhale. Taking the time here. Releasing the lower back muscles. All right, so the next series of drills will be for the upper back and the shoulders. So we did about 4. We did 4 for the core and lower back. So we're going to do 4 for the upper back and shoulders. So our first drill will be a reverse plank. So extending your legs here. Bringing both of your hands behind your hips. So your fingers are pointing towards your hips. Keep them about the width of your shoulders. And here you will have 2 options. If you wish to do the reversed tabletop, you will bring your feet closer to your body, bending your knees and lifting here to bring into the reverse tabletop. If you wish for the option to do the reverse plank, which is a little harder for the shoulders, then you will be extending your legs, and we're going to be lifting here, pointing the toes and lifting the hips towards the ceiling here. So make sure that you respect your limits here. Inhale, exhale, bringing your sitting bones back onto your mat. So 3 more like that. So inhale, pressing up, hold, and exhale. Be careful with your neck. Try to keep a nice long line from your neck all the way to your spine here. Inhale, don't drop your head. A few breaths here. Engaging your core. Exhale, all the way back down. So one last time here. Inhale, keeping it up. And exhale, bringing your sitting bones all the way down to your mat. So from here, we're going to keep our legs extended into a seated staff. Inhale, bring your hands all the way up, and exhale, gently forward fold. It's okay if your knees are bent a little bit, protecting your lower back here. And if you can bring your hands all the way behind your feet. Keep them on your shins or on your mat here. Make sure you stay within your limits. And as you exhale, just releasing your head here. And inhale, releasing. From here, we're going to be crossing our legs and coming back here onto our hands, into our tabletop position. So for this second drill here, we're going to be doing the dolphin plunge. So dolphin, so from tabletop, we're going to come onto our forearms, so both forearms. Make sure that your shoulders are over your elbows, and you can bring your hands together into fists here or into prayer, whatever feels comfortable for you, or your hands flat onto your mat. Now here you can stay into this tabletop, so with your knees on your mat, or if you want to come into the full dolphin pose, you can actually engage your toes, lifting your hips here, as if you were going into a downward dog, but with your forearms here on your mat. So the drill will be to lean forward, try to bring your forehead onto your mat, and then back here onto your mat on the other side. So we're doing the dolphin plunge. So we'll do this about 4 times. Go at your own rhythm here. Make sure you respect your limits. Inhale, bringing your forehead in front of your heart. Exhale back. Go slowly. Inhale and exhale. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Adjusting your forearms if they're slippery, or make sure that you're comfortable. Exhale, bringing your knees back onto your mat, coming to a child's pose. So this is an excellent drill to actually build shoulder strength and upper back mobility. Make sure that you stay stable and within your limits always when you're doing this kind of drill. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, coming back into your tabletop, crossing your ankles behind you. We're going to come back sitting down onto our mats. And bring your blocks or your props if you have them. So again, books can do anything that's about the size of a block here. And bring each one on each side of your body next to your hips. You can keep your knees bent a little bit if they're more comfortable. And from here, we're going to do our third drill for the shoulders and upper back. So from here, we're going to place our hands onto our blocks. Try to keep a nice long spine and your legs extended or with your knees bent a little bit. And here we're going to press ourselves up and off from our mats using the strength here of our shoulders and our upper back and releasing back down. If you want a bit of more of a challenge, but again, with this, be careful to have a stable prop. You can bring the prop on its higher side, on its second higher side, and here you can lift a little higher. But again, just be careful with the stability of your prop to not injure yourself. So we're going to be doing 4 lifts like this. So make sure that your shoulders, when you're lifting, that you're really pushing your shoulders away from your ears. You're not collapsing your shoulders, so that it's really the muscles of your shoulders and the upper back and your neck muscles that are working. So when you're ready, at your own rhythm here, 4 lifts. So inhale, lift, hold, and exhale back down. Again, the slower you go, the better and the harder you're going to work these muscles. Inhale, up, and exhale back down. So 2 more times like that. Inhale, press into the blocks here. Careful with your wrists, micro bend your elbows if you need to. And exhale, releasing. 1 last time. Inhale, pressing up, shoulders away from the ears, smiling. And exhale, releasing. Shaking out the hands and the arms here. Great job. So you can place your blocks here on the side of the front of your mat. Keep them accessible because we'll be needing them again for another drill. And from here, we're going to cross our legs, push forward onto our hands, come back into our tabletop, meet me into a downward dog, and pedal into your feet here. Inhale and exhale. And from here, you can walk or hop to the front of your mat into a forward fold, Uttanasana. So you can keep your knees bent, your chest on your legs, relaxing your head. And from here, we're going to do something that I really love to do while I'm gardening also, or tending to anything that's really giving me stress into my upper back and shoulders, is ragdoll. So yes, your neighbors might laugh at you a little bit, but that's okay, right? It's for your own good. So ragdoll, you can keep your knees bent as you wish. I like to extend my arms, but you can keep your elbows into your hands if you wish. And I just really literally shake it out like a ragdoll. So just let your neck hang. You can actually bend your knees from left to right and just shake it out as if you had no more spine. But be mindful and keep your core engaged a little bit. And then stop moving here. Relax into your forward fold. Inhale all the way up into a tall mountain, raising your arms over your head, hands into prayer, and coming to heart center. Take a few breaths here. Inhale and exhale. So this completes our series of drills for the lower back, the core, the upper shoulders, so the upper back, and the shoulders and the neck. So now we're going to do just a few yoga postures that you can actually adapt and use while you're doing your gardening. So we're going to start first with the one that you know, which is forward fold, Uttanasana. So most of the time, right, we're picking up stuff from the floor, from the garden, from the grass, and we're just bending forward, right? So we're going to inhale, raising the arms all the way up. As you exhale, bending your knees a little bit, bring your hands on your mat here, and inhale. So if I were to be tending to a chore like this, so this could be very straightforward for the lower back. So the idea when you're doing this is to keep your knees bent a little bit. Try to not to have your back rounded. So try to have, so your hips are going back and you're keeping your core engaged. So this way, if I'm going to lift my hands from the floor, it's not my lower back that's taking all the strain. So here you can actually go from side to side. So from left to center, moving your hands to the right, in front of you. And as you're moving like this, bring your attention really to where your muscles are working and what's working for you or not. So you can adjust your knees, bending more your knees, lifting your torso a little bit more. So really finding where is a sweet spot for you. And from here, we're going to exhale, just releasing the head for now. Inhale, coming back up into a tall mountain. And exhale, hands into prayer to heart center. And again, very important also to come out of these postures, right? So sometimes we get really excited, so we're picking up stuff and we're not moving from the posture. So this is also a big mistake. So you need to come up again and come back down, forward fold, but make sure that you do the counter posture. So from here, we're going to inhale. As you inhale, raising your arms, we're going to open up, bring the right foot back into a 5-star position. And as you exhale, we're going to bring ourselves into a forward fold. So bringing your heels behind your toes. Bring your hands all the way down to your mat. You can use your blocks here if this is more comfortable for you. And from here, we're going to bend our knees And bring our hands onto our knees and lifting our torso up. So from here, we're going to be dipping the right shoulder towards the mat and giving it our nice twist here. Inhale back to center and dipping the left shoulder. Inhale back to center. So from here, we're into this forward fold, but with our knees bent, right? So again, this is a very good position and posture. We're engaged here from the core and from our legs. So it's very easy to move here from the left. So try it with me. Coming back to center and to the right. So there's a lot of range of motion, a lot of things we can pick up, we can do, while we're still engaging our core and really being mindful with our lower back. So from here, we're going to just forward fold, relaxing your head. You can keep your knees bent a little bit into this full wide-legged forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, lifting yourself up again into a 5-pointed star. Exhale, back into your forward fold. So always counter positions here. Inhale, we're going to rotate the right foot towards the back of the mat. Come into a low lunge here, bringing the left foot to meet the right into Uttanasana, forward fold. Here we're going to inhale back into our tall mountain and exhale again into our forward fold. Here we're going to come into a halfway lift. So lifting your head to bring a nice long spine here from the tailbone to the crown of the head. And exhale again into Uttanasana. Inhale back into mountain. And as you exhale, we're going to bring back the left leg back here to center into 5-pointed star. Again, forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Make sure your heels are behind your toes. Inhale, press yourself up here. Half lift and exhale here, rotating your left foot, coming back to the front of your mat into a low lunge. And bringing your right foot to meet your left, forward fold, inhale, mountain. So really we're working the core here. Exhale, your hands and arms back on the side. From here, we're going to open up the feet about as wide as your mat here. So if you have your blocks close to you or bring them close, your props or your books, so you can bring them. You can actually pile 2 of them or just 1. We're going to come into Malasana. So Malasana, so from here, from a standing position, tall mountain, we're going to inhale, raising the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, forward fold, bending the knees here. And we're going to bring the hips in between the heels. Now again, for Malasana without props, you want to have your back straight from the tailbone all the way to the crown of your head. And your hips are resting here. Your legs are resting on your calves. You want to have your elbows touching your knees here to help with the posture. If this is a little too much, you can always put 1 block or 2. And from here, you have a very actually comfortable position, as comfortable as it can be. Obviously, this posture is different for everyone, but you can raise yourself up to have as much as a comfortable position. And from here, you can actually tend to a lot of things in this position. So just make sure that you're mindful with the back especially and with the upper back. So moving around here. So inhale, hands together into prayer to heart center. And exhale. From here, we're going to place our hands onto our mat. Inhale, lifting the hips all the way up. You can set your props or your blocks on the side if you had them. And from here, we're going to heel toe our feet closer together to bring them back to about the width of our hips, relaxing into a forward fold. From here, we're going to inhale into halfway lift. And as you exhale, you can come into your plank. You can walk, hop, or float into your plank. Come into your vinyasa, so low push-up here, keeping your elbows close to your body. Inhale, upward dogs. Pressing up. Relax your shoulders. And exhale into your downward dog. From here, we're going to bring our knees onto our mat, into a child's pose. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, pressing yourself back up into a tabletop, crossing the ankles, rolling back onto your hips. And we're going to come slowly onto our mats, on our backs here. So bring your heels a little bit closer to your sitting bones. And we're going to come into our bridge pose here to relax the lower back. So your arms are extended on the side of your body, palms facing down. And when you're ready, you can press into your feet, lifting your hips towards the ceiling, shin away from your chest. Inhale. Here you have the option to lift your leg if you wish. So lift the right leg. And exhale all the way back down, rolling the spine down. Slowly and mindfully. Inhale, lifting the hips, pressing into your feet. Again, you can have the option to lift your left leg if you wish. Add a little challenge. And exhale, rolling the spine back all the way down. So one last time here, pressing into your feet, lift your hips. Relaxing your shoulders away from your ears. And exhale all the way back down. Here we're going to be lifting the legs all the way up. It's okay if your knees are bent a little bit. Make sure you're comfortable. So moving the blood away from the feet, from the legs, giving a little break to the heart here. And just rotating your ankles. So little circles here. Circles from the outside. And bending your knees, bringing your knees to your chest so you can grab onto your hands or to your forearms. And just inhale, and as you exhale, bring your knees to your chest. So we're releasing the lower back here. You can even massage your lower back by just rocking from side to side. Inhale and exhale. Here we can release the shins. And from here, we're going to bring our arms into a capital T. You can keep your knees bent here. We're going to twist on the left. So bring your knees all the way down to the left. Try to keep your shoulders on your mat, gazing at your right hand. Bringing your knees all the way back to center, rolling on the right side, gazing at your left hand for a better twist, a deeper twist. Inhale all the way back to center. And here, bring your soles of your feet on your mats. We're going to come into our final posture, the best one, Shavasana, so the resting posture. So extending your legs all the way down to your mat, flipping your palms towards the ceiling. Let your feet part and just really completely relax into your mat, into the ground. Inhale through your nose and big exhale through your mouth. One more time. From here, you can close your eyes if you wish to to really go into a deeper relaxation, or keep them open. It's really up to you. It's your practice. And just relaxing your shoulder blades flat onto your mat. And just nice, long, deep breaths. I invite you to stay as long as you can into Shavasana, and only when you're ready, after 5, 10, 15 minutes, as long as you have time for relaxing here, you can start moving your feet, your toes, your fingers, bringing a bit of movement back to your body, slowly opening up your eyes. And just taking a few breaths, thanking yourself for coming onto your mat today and doing this work for your body, for your mind. And when you're ready, you can roll on one side and just pressing yourself back up into a sitting position. Taking a few breaths, mindful breaths. And I want to thank you for joining me for today's special class for gardening. I really hope you did enjoy these drills that you can do up to 3 times a week to really strengthen these muscles from the lower back, the upper back, the neck and the shoulders, so you can enjoy your gardening. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you next time. Namaste.